Welcome to Food for Thought with Lady Sue. Okay, so today we're going to make chicken and dumplings. The homemade chicken and dumplings, not those Annie's strips frozen pastries that you buy. We are actually going to make our own dough, roll it out, and put it in our pot. It's going to be so good. I know it's after Thanksgiving and I was supposed to do sweet potato pie. I really am going to do sweet potato pie. We'll probably do that next week. But I wanted to get to the chicken and dumplings because my family wanted chicken and dumplings tonight. All right, so as you can see, I have a large stock pot. And what I did, I'll bring the pot over a little closer so you can see. I actually cut up a chicken, just a regular chicken. Now, normally I use what's called a hen, and I'll explain that later. Not a Cornish hen. A hen is an older, mature female chicken. And the reason why I like to use a hen is because a hen has really good flavor. It's a fattier bird. The chicken stock is really heavy. It's really good. But today I'm just using a regular frying chicken that's been cut up and it's been boiled. So I've boiled this chicken for about an hour. The chicken is almost falling off the bone, so you can see. I hope you can see this. Oh, they say you can't see it. Well, anyway, I put in enough water to cover the top of the chicken. We have a really nice kind of chicken broth working here. Okay, so what you want to do is once your chicken is really tender, you want to go ahead and remove the chicken from the pot, and that'll give you more room to get your dumplings in and to work your dumplings in. What you want to do after you remove your chicken from the pot, you do want to taste your broth to make sure it's okay, make sure that you like it, and then you can season it to taste. Now what I've used to season the broth is, of course, I use some seasoned salt. I've used some garlic and herb Mrs. Dash. This is just wonderful. I think everybody uses Mrs. Dash, but try the garlic and herb. It's great. You gotta use black pepper. You want to use a generous amount of black pepper. Always do this to taste. Now you know we from the era where our parents didn't use measuring spoons or measuring cups. They just told you, pour until I say stop. At least that's what my mother used to say. So I just season it to the taste that I like, okay? You also want to use accent. Accent is going to wake up the flavor. It's going to give it a real bright flavor. It's going to make it taste real good. You got to get accent for your chicken and dumplings, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you something else I use. This is really not how my mother did it. But I found out that I like to use a can of cream of chicken. The cream of chicken makes it rich, it makes it thick, it makes it creamy. So if you like, really creamy broth, use the can of chicken, cream of chicken. Okay, we're gonna put this right in. Get the whole thing in. And after you get all that in, you want to give it a really good stir. Where's my spoon? Right here. You want to give it a really good stir. And so now we're going to get ready to make our dough. Okay? See you in a minute. About this Weber kickin' chicken seasoning. Let me tell you, me and my daughters got a hold of this last year and we put it on everything. This stuff is the truth. It's made by Weber. It's called Kickin' Chicken. I know they sell it at Walmart, and I think they sell it at Kroger's or Food Line. Girls, do they sell it at Kroger's or Food Line?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
it goes off the shelf so fast they can hardly keep it, but you gotta get this. It's Weber Kickin' Chicken. You can put this on everything. It's wonderful. So I did put a little bit of that in the broth. Okay, so now we're getting ready to make our dough. Okay, so I have 5 cups of all-purpose flour. My mama called it plain flour. 5 cups of all-purpose flour. To this, I'm going to add a little bit of the adobo. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of the adobo just to give the dumplings some flavor. So since we've used adobo, we've used Lowry seasoned salt, we've also used the accent. I'm not using any white salt because that's enough salt content. There's already salt in the Lowry seasoned salt. There's salt sodium in the accent, and there's also some salt in the adobo. Don't use any white salt or else it's going to be too salty for you, okay? So let's go ahead and mix this up real good. And so what I did again, this is 5 cups of all-purpose flour. To this, I'm going to add just enough water to make a dough. I'm adding some, probably about a cup, maybe about a cup and a half of water just to make the dough. And I'm going to show you how it's going to come out in just a moment. So listen, once you start adding your water to your flour mixture, if you think you've added too much water, it's okay to go ahead and add a little more flour to your bowl, which is what I had to do because it was a little too sticky. If your dough is too sticky, just go ahead and add some more water to it. I want to know if the cameraman can get a picture of this dough because I want them to see how it's supposed to look. Okay, you see this? This is how you want your dough to look. Not too sticky, not too wet. Because if it's too wet, it's going to be really hard to roll. Okay? So, now what I'm going to do, and I'm telling you, this takes no time. You want to go ahead and flour your surface.
Smelling good, lady Sue.
And you also want to flour your rolling pin. How many of you ladies got a rolling pin in your kitchen? I have 2. I have this wooden one, and I have a marble rolling pin that my mother left me. My mother passed away in 2011, and she was known for her chicken and dumplings. And so she left me her marble rolling pin. Okay, so you see we floured our surface, and now what you do is you just take out a little handful of the dough, and you want to work it in a little bit, almost like you're kneading it. But you don't want to work it too much or else your dumplings are going to come out real rubbery and real tough. One of the reasons why I like to buy my own, like to make my own dumplings versus buying them is because I can roll it out to the thickness that I like. I think the Annie's dumplings sometimes can be too thin. Is it Annie's?
Yeah.
I think it's Annie's or Aunt Annie's or Aunt somebody. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. She said it ain't mine. But anyway, I can roll this out the way I want it. Okay, so we got the dough. We've worked it out a little bit. Now you're going to roll it. Okay, so you want to give it a couple of rolls forward. Pick it up. Brush your flour back under. Turn it over and then roll it. Because you want to kind of get it into a circle. If you don't pick up your dough and turn it, then you're going to end up with one long piece of dough and it's going to be hard to cut that way. So you do want to pick that dough up, kind of brush that flour back under there and turn it over. I know, first of all, I know Bishop Coletta Vaughn knows about this because she can cook. I know that Bishop Bowick, for those of you in Durham, knows about this. Bishop Bowick makes some of, Darryl Bowick, she makes some of the best chicken dumplings that I've ever had in a restaurant. But this is made by me. Okay, so I'm rolling it out, kind of brushing that flour back in. Shalise, can you get me a knife right over there so I can begin to slice up mine? So just keep rolling it. And again, what I love is that you can roll it as thick or as thin as you want. Okay? Y'all know Shalise is crazy. You know she's crazy. Okay, so watch this. This is how you want to slice it. You ready?
They still look like the hot cut.
Okay, then you want to, who is that making that noise? Okay, I live in a real house. I have 7 grandchildren and a whole lot of children, and we always have fun. So there's always going to be noise in my house, okay? Then you want to slice it across.
And you have a job.
I'm going to slice it across. And again, the reason why I like making my own is because I can cut the dumplings how I want to cut them. Then, now this is what my mother used to do. Because dumplings cook so fast, I'm not going to put them in right now. I'm picking up the dumplings and I'm laying them on the edge of the bowl until I at least have a few more ready that I can put in at the same time. Okay? because I don't want to get these dumplings in and then have to wait another 10 minutes before I can get the next batch in. You kind of want them all to cook together. All right, so as you can see, I'm just taking these dumplings, laying them on the edge of the bowl, roll out another batch, but I just wanted you to see this. Every time you roll out another batch of the dough, you want to go ahead and reflour your surface and reflour your rolling pin. So every time you roll out, make sure you reflour your surface and reflour. So now we are ready to get them in the pot. Shalice, you want to help me with this one?
Sure.
Okay. So now we're going to start putting our dumplings in the pot, okay? So, what you want to do is, as you stir the pot, you want to start adding them in, one at a time. Stir slowly. I have her stirring for me. I mean, I could always stir it myself. That's usually how I do it. But I just wanted her to help me out today so we can show you how it's done. And so just put them in there, one piece at a time. Just lay them in, lay them in. And you keep doing that until all of your dumplings are in. I also added to my broth about 2 tablespoons of butter.
Lisa, I'm hungry.
And this is going to be really good. So the chicken and dumplings are done. I made myself a nice bowl. Sprinkled a little more pepper on top, just because it's the way I like it. And now dinner is served. I hope you like it. They heard me say dinner is served. They're hollering, dinner's ready. They're coming. The grandbabies are coming. You're invited too. So good. It is so good. So, it's food for thought with Lady Sue. Food for thought with Lady Sue. I love y'all. See you later. Bye.
Shut up, bye.